Liam Duggan, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. There's a lot of guys out there who say they're growing the game of golf, but Liam, you really are growing the game of golf.
That's right, Greg. We work very much with bringing children to the game of golf itself. Over the last number of years, we've really focused on developing the green grass golfer out there and in looking at golf in the school environment. Over the last 4 years, we've probably introduced over 25,000 kids to the game of golf, and we do so by focusing on going into local schools themselves and teaching children the game of golf using first touch equipment. At the moment, we have close to 30 PGA professionals doing programs for us all across the country, and we are looking to expand a lot more around Ireland over the next 12 to 18 months.
Now, besides, Liam, that the fact that obviously all the guys you work with and use, they're all police vetted. I'm very interested to hear about the PGA Association.
Certainly. Well, I'm a PGA advanced golf professional myself, and I do think that the role of the PGA Pro has changed quite a lot over the last number of years. 6, 7, 8 years ago, when the Celtic Tiger was in its in the middle boom, there were no problems for the PGA Pro to get employment. But what we've seen is that we've had to really adapt to what we do. The jobs as a head pro in the past are no longer there, so we've had to really look outside the box and start trying to focus in areas that have been ignored in the past. And last year we really started to look at in 2011. We started looking in the school environment, and that typically very few people are going into the school teaching golf. We feel it's very, very important that in delivering these programs that it's delivered by someone who's highly qualified and very well trained, and that's why being a PGA Pro we focus on making sure that all our coaches are all PGA qualified. As you said, are all Garda vetted, have public liability and child protection courses done. Our coaches are extremely highly qualified and have great levels of training before they actually left into the school to start with, so they can guarantee we offer an exceptional level of service when we do so.
Now, obviously, after training 25,000 children, the fact that you're not grey and battered is absolutely it's amazing.
Top of my head, I'm like going as bald as a coot.
But I know that I came across you from speaking to teachers who just absolutely love what you guys do. There are other people trying to do what you do. So what else makes you different?
Well, I think obviously number one is the fact we're all PGA professionals in the program. The curriculum itself is very important. Having been a PGA Pro for over 10 years, the structure we have included is very holistic. We don't just focus on the basic motor skills of the game with chipping, pitching, full swings and putting. We take a very broad view of the game. We look at the core life skills of golf, such as honesty, integrity, respect. We incorporate cross-curricular activities. We're using numeracy skills, spatial awareness, team building programs. I have a background in education, so it's very beneficial in developing curriculums. And what we found is that teachers really engage in what we do. As a sport, it's very inclusive. We're doing a lot of work at present with UNESCO chair based in Trinidad IT that's focusing on creating inclusion for people with disabilities in sport. And you found that going to schools that golf includes everybody. It's not like football, soccer, rugby that really only includes about 75% of the school-going children. It's for everyone, and it's been a huge point for principals and teachers across the country coming on board. It's really given them an opportunity for everyone to become involved as opposed to just the chosen few as normal.
I know you've been inundated with requests from the United States and throughout Europe. When are you guys gonna make the move to bring this hugely successful program to the rest of the world?
Well, right now we're speaking to a number of different people about expanding the program across Europe. Obviously, long-term going international is something we really want to do, but from our perspective, we're really fine-tuning what we're doing at the moment here in Ireland. And once we have that in place, which we are pretty much there as is, we're looking to move across to the UK and further afield across Europe. We're looking to deliver with a range of partners we're currently involved with, and we will foresee that we'd look towards the international market towards the start of next year.
Brilliant, Liam. Liam, again, you've had your own business. I know it's a family business with a huge extended family. What advice would you have for people out there in business?
And starting your own business, it can be very overwhelming. Again, there are never enough hours in the day, and having time for yourself and time for your family is very important. Time management is probably one of the key skills I think they're necessary to run your own business. Trying to juggle, we have a young baby ourselves, he's just turned 1, and trying to have family life and time to work and do everything else besides is very, very hard, but you really have to be very, very emphatic on what takes precedence in what position. Work is always very important, but certainly family is going to have to come number one every time. In growing your business, you really have to be very focused and very determined in pushing things forward. If you don't believe in what you're doing and what you're selling, you can never achieve what you want to do. And I think really having that very single-minded desire to move forward where you need to go and be very focused on it does help. And these things do take time. It won't happen today or tomorrow, but with constant effort, and by putting that effort, you will get there eventually. It's just really following things through.
Now, again, I don't often get a chance to talk to somebody so successful who has trained 25,000 children. For all the mums and dads out there, what is the age to allow your child play golf, in your opinion?
You're never too young. For example, we have children as young as 3.5 and 4 coming doing programs with us. And in typical school we go into, we're working with junior infants to start with. It really depends on what age they want to start with. Typically in the past, I would have always felt that 7, 8, 9 was the optimal age, but I'm seeing youngsters now who at 8 years of age are exceptional players. We have one junior, for example, here in Tralee, who last year came third in his section in the Oceanico Junior World Championships in Portugal, and he is just turned 8 himself. He's a better short game than most golf pros out there, and he's easily playing off about 17, 18 handicap off the men's tees around Tralee Golf Club now, which is an exceptional level at a young age. If they want to play, let them play, put a club in their hand, and let them enjoy the game like the rest of us.
Again, Liam, how big and how important is, like, we're blessed in this country, Harrington, McGinley with the recent Ryder Cup victory. Do the kids love Rory? Is it just Rory, or are there other golfers that they look up to?
Everyone, when you discuss golf in a school environment, mention Rory and simply Rory. Anyone else is way down the line. They pale in comparison, to be honest. It's all Rory. But look, he's a perfect role model for any young up-and-coming golfer. His hard work, his desire to be the best in the world, really, is a beacon light for any Irish golfer out there, and it's the bar by which every young golfer will be measured in the future.
Isn't it brilliant as well that kids want to be famous for sport's sake rather than Kardashian's sake?
Yeah, again, it's refreshing, because all we seem to see these days is reality TV, and the site itself has become so much more of an instant gratification. And golf is a sport that will not reward someone who's not willing to put in the effort. And we're seeing more and more disciplined young players who are willing to make that effort and go the extra mile to become an exceptionally good player. Rory, obviously, the pick of the bunch, but there's a lot of good young Irish talent out there who, given the opportunity, could go a long way. And we're seeing it more and more every day, and the more children we get in the school environment, the more we're seeing that more than that normal 10% who play the golf are capable of doing a lot of very, very good things. Obviously,
in the school environment, you're protected from the pushy parents who want their kids to be the next McIlroy or the next whomever. Is that an advantage when you're trying to teach kids?
It can be. Again, parents will always be in the background when you come away from the school environment. But in the school itself, we can really focus on enjoying the sport. Too often in the past, we'll see that parents would push their kids and it becomes a chore rather than enjoying it. What we do in the school environment really is focused on enjoying the game, learning something new, but really having fun and creating that ignition, that desire to want to continue to play. And we've seen a huge degree of success in kids transitioning from the school back to the golf club on the back of how much fun we do have in the school environment. Now, once there, obviously, parents do want to see their young boys and girls become superstars, but a lot of them just want to see them enjoy the game itself. Again, it's the very privileged few who will have that level of talent, but just to go out and enjoy it and be able to share in the enjoyment of the game is fantastic for these parents and children.
I think throughout the world, every single country in the world is no different. They worry about physical fitness, probably everywhere apart from North Korea. So if we're looking at the rest of the world, excluding North Korea for a moment, how much does fitness actually play in your programs?
It's something that has come up because, again, obviously golf's a non-discriminant sport. It's ideal for involving everybody. Now, it's an area we're looking more and more into, and one thing we're seeing more and more relevancy towards is the lack of fundamental movement skills that children have in a school environment. You'll see so many children out there who aren't engaging in sports because they're stuck in front of a computer or playing with their iPad. And what we're finding is that by getting them engaged in sports gives them another outlet. Fitness obviously is something we're looking more and more towards including, because your fundamental movement skills, balance, coordination, speed, power are all very, very key attributes in playing the game of golf. And it's something we slowly include rather than emphasising and jumping on very much straight away.
Well, Liam, I think as well the fact that you teach them the etiquette of the game, it really is akin to the etiquette of life. So I think we should finish off here, and just to close off, just to say, may your God go with you, whomever your God may be.
Thank you, Greg.